Okay, good evening. Now I'd like to bring the regular evening meeting of the Township of Langley Council to order. And the first item is to adopt and receive the agenda items. I've distributed two pieces of correspondence to Council that I would like to add under other business, under M3. And so with that, motion to approve. And so that's Councillor Qualley moves it, Councillor Long seconds. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. And the next item is the adoption of the minutes. Regular evening council meeting of September 18th. Could I have a motion, please? Councillor Qualley, second by Councillor Sparrow. Any errors or omissions? All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. And we have no presentations, and we have one delegation, and that is Darren Langstaff, Karen Kuzak, Doug Hadley from Royal Canadian Legion Branch 265 Aldergrove. Please come forward. And oops.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and Councillors. My name is Shirley Coburn, and I've brought with me BOA Darren Langstaff, Comrade Cusack, and Comrade Hadley. And some of you may already know me as Trustee Coburn from the Langley Board of Education. But tonight I am here in my capacity as the manager of the Branch Advisory Operations Department with BC Yukon Command of the Royal Canadian Legions. And I'm here to speak to you about what Legions are, what they do, and the value that they bring to communities across the province, and hope that you'll consider us for a partial permissive tax exemption. As part of my role at BC Yukon Command, I travel the province, delivering workshops and training to our dedicated volunteers. One message that I give over and over, no matter what community I am in, is Legions are largely misunderstood, and that Legionnaires are notoriously humble people, and they need to tell the community of the good work that they do. Tonight I am here to do this on behalf of Legion Branch 265 Aldergrove. Contrary to popular opinion, the Legion is not an old man's drinking club. It is a not-for-profit that exists as an active incorporation, and our mission is to serve veterans, their families, our communities, and to be the keepers of remembrance. Our organization contributes over 600 volunteer hours each year, supports over 400 youth groups, and donates over $7 million annually to community health, education, and sports programs. With respect to the Aldergrove Legion, most recently, they hosted a fundraiser for the food bank, which raised approximately $500 in cash and over 250 pounds of food, impacting your community directly. Year to date, they have donated over $45,000 to the community from their various community accounts. They have donated over $4,000 this year alone in bursaries and scholarships to youth and communities. This is an investment in your future. Having been a recipient of bursary money myself many, many years ago, I can tell you firsthand that this money does make a difference. This branch participated in both Aldergrove Days and the Aldergrove Cruisin', hosted Canada 150 Day with games and activities open to the entire community, and this year alone has hosted 15 celebrations of life. These are paid for by donation. They donate their hall to the Masons, the Cadets, to the Fraser Valley Minor Hockey Association for their AGMs, and to the Beavers every Wednesday night for 10 months out of the year. The parking lot hosts Car Wash for Basics for Babies, figure skating, cadets, Scouts for Christmas tree tripping, and numerous other charitable organizations. And on top of this, this branch hosts 2 meals a month for the community. In March of this year, this branch was placed into trusteeship. Trusteeship is when a branch's bylaws are suspended and they are no longer acting autonomously. This is not something that is done without tremendous investigation and consideration. Upon review, it was determined that this branch could be sustainable if some internal controls were implemented. When BC Yukon Command places a branch into trusteeship, they appoint trustees and a management team, and they begin the process of an entire operational review. In the initial stages, the entire operation is closed down to allow the trustees to go in and do what needs to be done to determine next steps. The night they were placed into trusteeship, I was going over the hall bookings to begin the process of counseling. They had beavers, several celebrations of life, and a wedding reception. And this was only in 1 month. It was so clear to me that this branch was not only enjoyed a tremendous amount of support from the community, but this support is reciprocal, and the community enjoys a tremendous amount of support from the Legion. If I could not bring myself to close the hall, I had to appeal to the command president, and he agreed, and the hall would remain open. This is an unprecedented move by BC Yukon Command. In the end, the lounge operations were only closed for a month, which is also unprecedented, and although the branch still remains in trusteeship, it operates with a management team and receives oversight from BC Yukon Command. This branch is well on its way to greater financial health and eventually becoming sustainable. However, it is not quite there yet. What this Legion contributes to the community far exceeds the $19,000 that they owe in tax. However, if they have to pay it, it will seriously impede their ability to run a healthy operation and to have a sustainable branch for your community to enjoy. This branch was on the verge of closing forever, and my question to you, Township Council, is, if the Legion is not here to provide these services, who will? Who will be there to run the Poppy campaign? Who will be here to support veterans and their families, to provide Meals on Wheels to those who need it, invest in the future through bursaries and scholarships? Who will be here to put on Poppy, to organize the community's well-attended Remembrance Day ceremony? Who will be your keepers of remembrance? Your community has come to expect these things, and without a Legion presence, who will be here to provide the services that your community has become dependent on? Thank you for your consideration.
Thank you. Thank you. And we appreciate that presentation, and I know the Legion does a lot in our community, and we do appreciate all the work that the Legion does. To have a question, the revenue that is generated at the Legion through the social club, where does that money go?
So lounge operations are no longer sustainable. So many years ago, lounges did generate income and branches could stay open. But because of changes to liquor, gaming, lottery, branches no longer make money off the lounge. It actually costs them money. So in order to keep their lounge operation open, they have to come up with alternative revenue streams. And this lounge is costing them money, but if they don't have that open, they can't do the other things that they do. So what we do with BC Assessment is we look at the portion of the building that's used for not-for-profit, and that's where we usually get our exemption from. So the lounge operations cost this branch money. Well, they're actually turning a profit right now, but they don't make a lot of money from their lounge, and they also don't keep their Poppy money. And this is a big misconception. People believe that they get the money from Poppy and it goes into their branches, but that goes to Veterans Affairs.
So basically, lounge is breaking even, but it does break even, making a little bit, and that little bit that it makes would go into the operation of the Legion, which then in turn helps in the community.
If it's not costing them money, they might be turning a small profit, but even the overhead on a building that size is extremely costly. And so we've gone in and we've tightened up all of the controls, but we're just getting back on our feet, and this would really hurt this branch tremendously.
And the lounge itself is used for a lot of community events. You use it in the community for. You have two pieces there. There's the one that's the hall, kind of not the lounge, and then there's the piece that's the lounge. And the lounge is used for the community gets to use that. Members get to use it. Seniors are there.
Yeah.
Dances are held, that sort of thing. So it provides a social function. Is that what you're saying?
And we also use our parking lot for the community. Okay. We did Aldergrove Days and the Cruise In. We use our parking lot for the community. Okay. It's a giant fundraising space, the parking lot.
Okay, great. Well, thank you. There's no questions from council, so thank you very much for your presentation.
Thank you.
Okay. So now we move into bylaws for second, third reading, and which there's one. G1 is 2017 amendments to the permissive tax exemption bylaws, bylaw number 5314. And there are several parts to this, and I would ask if council, I would entertain a motion if council would like to move it with the change in the word in the second paragraph to change the word deny to approve. Council Long moves it, second by Council Arneson. Any discussion? Seeing none. Oh, Council Qualley.
Sorry, I was just going to suggest the amendment, but it's done.
It's done. I did it in the main thing. Okay, thank you. So with that, I will call the question on G1. That carries unanimously. Okay, so now we move on to bylaws. No more bylaws. We go to the mayor's report, mayor and council report. So good evening, everyone, and it's nice to see a good turnout tonight. With what's happened in the last few days, I think I'd be remiss in not mentioning it. There's been some very unfortunate events that have taken place in the last few hours. An attack in Edmonton, which left a police officer and 4 bystanders injured, and most recently the devastation in Las Vegas. The overwhelming heartbreak and grief of those tragedies is immeasurable, and our prayers go out to the victims and their families. On Wednesday, September 20th, was the Township of Langley and the Agriculture Advisory Economic Enhancement Committee 2017 Farm Tour. The theme was Farming Outside the Box, an economic forum on the road, visiting local farms with a unique vision and passion in the ever-growing agriculture industry. Councillor Fox, Councillor Qualley, Councillor Richter, Councillor Davis, and Councillor Long attended. On Sunday, September 24th, was the annual Campbell Valley Wine Run, hosted by Visadora Winery and 4 other local wineries. The run covered 15 kilometers of scenic routes, and some wonderful wine was tasted along the journey. So somehow they made it from beginning to end. And I went there to give greetings on behalf of the township, and there were lots of great costumes. On Wednesday, September the 27th, was the official opening and ribbon cutting of the new Skillmore Hall at Trinity Western University. It's wonderful to see the university continue to grow, thrive, and attract students from throughout Langley, across North America, and around the world. The new Skillmore Hall will house more than 130 students who will not only receive an exemplary education at Trinity Western, but an exciting and memorable life experience. And this hall is a 3-story structure, and it's built by Atco. Atco, it's a modular building, and very well done, and it's a very quick way of construction, and I think there's some cost savings involved in that also. So they've done a great job with that one. Congratulations to Trinity. The township received an honorable mention in the Community Energy Association's Climate and Energy Action Awards at UBCM last week. The township received the honor in the Corporate Operations category for its Green Municipal Investment Fund. Congratulations to our staff for working so hard and diligently at protecting our environment. And I have the plaque here, and it's a nice plaque, bordered in green, and it's the Community Energy Association 2017 Climate and Energy Action Award. So congratulations to Council and to our staff for all the work that they do in that. This afternoon, we hoisted the flag in recognition of International Day for Older Persons. Not only have their hard work, values, and vision helped make this a wonderful community it is today, seniors continue to make valuable contributions every day to the workforce, their families, and through volunteering. The Township of Langley, which has been designated an age-friendly community, is pleased to pay tribute to our seniors and celebrate the International Day of the Older Person. I was away at a conference in Denver. It was a Rail Evolution conference to do with transit. And while I was away, Councillor Long was acting mayor and attended several events on my behalf, opening ceremonies at the Canadian Cancer Society, BC Rivers Day and tree planting event, and the 5th annual Sichu thank you ceremony. I forget, how do you pronounce that? Suchi, thank you, I got it. And this Saturday, October 7th, is the annual Fort Langley Cranberry Festival. And following quickly on the heels of the Cranberry Festival is Thanksgiving Day. And I wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving, spend time with your family and friends, and be thankful for all that we have in this beautiful community. So with that, if there's anything that Council would like to add, give us a Council opportunity. Okay. So thank you. So now we'll move on to other business. And we have notice of motion from Councillor Whitmarsh. I'll put Councillor Whitmarsh on. You have the floor. Councillor Whitmarsh.
Yes, the motion that I have is that the Gateway of Hope request for a further 5-year commitment of $100,000 per year be referred to the 2018 budget process.
Is there a seconder to that? Councillor Arneson seconds. Discussion on that? Seeing none, I'll call the question on M1. Carries unanimously. M2, okay, I'll put Councillor Arneson on. You have a notice of motion, Councillor
Yes,
Arneson.
thank you, Bishop. I'm just going to read the end. It's having to do with the preamble for our public hearings. It just says, be it resolved that the Township's public hearing preamble shall be changed to read, Council members shall not express their views nor debate the bylaws, but shall limit themselves to seeking clarification and additional information directly related to the matter at hand.
Is there a seconder? I see no second, so we'll move on. And M3, which I added to the agenda now, I don't think I gave this to the clerk. It's two letters of correspondence from the Royal Canadian Legion Branch 21. Royal Canadian Legion Branch 265. They both are similar. They both request permission to hold their Poppy Day campaign. 265 wants to hold it from October 27th to November 10th in the Aldergrove area. And Legion 21 wants to hold it October 23rd through November 10th. And poppy sales will begin on October 27th. So I thought because of the time that we would first have a motion to receive and then a motion to approve both of these. If I could have a motion. Second. Moved by Councillor Sparrow, second by Councillor Whitmarsh. Do we need to do receive and approve just all in one? One motion? Okay, so any discussion on that? See none, I'll call the question on M3. That carries unanimously. Definitely a Legion Day today at Council. Is there any other business? Seeing none, motion to terminate. Councillor Long, second by Councillor Sparrow. All those in favor, opposed, carried. The meeting is now terminated, and we'll just wait a few minutes before we move into the